Okay, right. Give it a minute. So welcome everybody to the first Friday afternoon speaker session of 2022. I got it right. We are delighted to have Joyce Barnes with us, who is going to tell us about energy healing, which is something we all need right now. So I, for one, am very much looking forward to this. So Joyce.
Thank you. So, all right, here I am. So, we all know that we are all energy. Everything is energy. I'm energy, you're energy, the table is energy, everything is energy. Okay? Energy you cannot destroy. So before I continue, I just want you to know that this is my belief, what I've learned through my years, and I do not want to change your belief. I'm just sharing my beliefs, okay? So since we are energy and we cannot destroy energy, it means we can't die. So even if this body is not there, the spirit, the soul is still there. So we never die because we cannot destroy energy. This is the way I explained this to my grandson when he was 6 years old. He says, Grandma, I don't want you to die until you're 100. I said, fine, I'm going to stay here until I'm 100. But I said, you know, we don't die. Of course, he didn't understand. He said, no, Grandma, we die. I said, no, we don't. So I don't understand. I said, well, your energy, we cannot destroy energy. Do you watch television? He says, yes. I said, do you watch the Transformer? He said, yeah. I said, what happened? Oh my God, he says, I know, I understand. So when this body goes, we transform ourselves to our original state. So we are energy. Okay? Energy is our energy, I would say, is very fragile, okay? So our energy is supposed to be at the end of our fingers if we do this, okay? But very often it isn't. So how many times are you standing up, talking with someone, and then they come closer to you and you feel yourself backing up, because they have entered in your energy field, and then we keep backing up. I'm sure many of us have been through this. Mostly all of us have been through this, okay? So because we are so fragile, if somebody says to me or any one of us, oh my God, you look so tired today, what happened? Then your energy goes shoo, and your energy is about that much from your body. If somebody says to us, oh my God, I like your scarf, you look so good, your energy goes out like this. So it's not always the same. Like a lot of people say, oh, your energy is always, no, your energy change every second, every minute, every time you have a thought, you do something, you think of something, your energy switch all the time to there, to there, to there. So we have to be really aware of our energy. Now, if we're not well, it's because some of the energy is blocked into the body. You know, like if my shoulder is hurting, it's because there's something in there, the energy is not flowing, okay? Now, we do energy healing. In energy healing, we have Reiki, we have spiritual healing that we do at the Spiritualist Church. It doesn't matter which name you give to this, it's all the same thing, okay? You can have reflexology, you can have acupuncture, you can have massage. This is all based on energy. You're moving the energy around, okay? There's many ways to heal, not just the Reiki part of it. Everybody heard about Reiki anyway. You know, reflexology, as an example, spiritual healing, forest bathing, and going into the forest, going into the woods, grounding. Grounding is very, very popular right now because none of us really are grounded and we need to be grounded because we belong to Mother Earth. So if you're ever interested in knowing about this, there's a fantastic video that's called the Earthing documentary. And it explains all about this. And it's really, really interesting how you can heal yourself. Okay? Trees are healing. For years and years and years and years, I keep telling people, go and hug a tree. People thought I was crazy 30 years ago, but never mind. Now, the scientist has discovered a few years ago that trees are healing. We know that trees are healing because we need trees, otherwise we will be all dead. You know, the planet needs trees. So just tell you a little story. I had a client years ago and her husband left. She was really angry, really, really angry. And so she came to see me. I didn't know her. She became a friend now, but and I said, okay, you got a tree in your garden? Yeah. Go and hug a tree every day. That's going to make you feel better. You're going to heal. She thought I was completely nuts, but that's okay. A few weeks later, she calls me. She says, you know, it works because it's healing. Even my grandkids, my little ones know this, you know, they go and hug a tree. I told them, but they know and they feel it. You know, trees are healing. So if we can go and sit near a tree with your back on the tree or just touch the tree because it has great energy and it will heal you. So it's a good thing to do, okay? Grounding, if you can go to the beach, put your feet, bare feet, in the water or the sand or in your backyard, 20 minutes bare feet on the grass, you know, it will take a lot of your sickness and a lot of your issue from your body and give it to Mother Earth. So it's a very good thing to have, okay? When we do energy healing or Reiki or spiritual healing, because it's all the same thing, just different ways of doing it. In one way, there's only one thing. You take the energy from the universe or God, you bring it down through your crown chakra, you bring it down through the meridian in your hand here, and here we have a chakra here, okay? And we transfer the energy to the person. Honestly, the thing that do the healing is the heart, is love. So you take the energy and your intent is to heal this person. So sometimes it works, you know, very well, sometimes just a little bit. And I always like to say, we're not God and we're not making the decision, okay? So if as an example, a person is sick, but it's an accident. They were not supposed to be sick because accidents happen on this planet, you know? So a healer, energy healing, Reiki, or any kind of healers will be able to heal them also. So is the doctor. So is everybody that does that. But if it's in your karma, or if it's what you have decided to live in this life, nobody can heal you. Nobody. That's why sometimes people say, well, you know, my sister has cancer, my niece has cancer, my sister is fine, my niece is not fine. Why is it? You know, some people get better because it was not meant to be. So the doctor will be able to give you the right treatment and everything. But if it was meant to be, I don't care who we are, we can't do anything. Okay. This is my belief, and I'm sticking to it. Okay. So when we do energy healing, we move the energy. Right. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing to always start by. It's too bad we're not in person, because if we were in person, I could demonstrate. So when we do energy healing, especially like spiritual healing, because spiritual healing, you can do a Reiki also, you can do sitting on a chair. So you don't always need a table or a bed or that kind of thing. So, but you always start by putting your hand on their shoulder, because you need to really ground the people, so they're well grounded. And then you just transfer the energy, and we start in a sense, it follows the chakra. So I don't know if you all know about the chakra. Let me show you a picture. I don't know if you can see. Can you see? So those are the chakra that we have in the body. So when we do healing, we follow the chakra. We can start with the crown chakra, and we don't have to touch the person. We don't have to touch, because we work on the energy field. So you start here and you go down slowly and slowly. And when you do this, you can feel the energy in your hands. Some people who do healing will have very cold hands. Some people will have very hot hands. It doesn't mean that one is better than the other, because it's all good. I usually have very hot hands, usually, but once in a while it could happen that I have cold hands, and it's okay too. It's fine. We need to learn to protect our energy. How many times did people go to a party, like, we are so happy because that's going to be the best party of the year, and I'm all excited, I'm going to go there. And then 15 minutes later, you say, oh my God, what am I doing here? You feel depressed, you feel down, or you say, I was so excited. Why? Because you picked up somebody else's energy. Because we do that all the time without knowing. And then suddenly we change. And it's hard. If you don't work with energy, you think it's you, but it isn't. Like, it could be as simple as you lining up at the bank and somebody behind you is having trouble. They're going through a tough time, and bang, they attach to your energy, and suddenly you don't feel as good. And then you go home, and then you bring this home. So remember that. The kids go to school, they bring things home too, because maybe, the teacher is having problem, maybe another child, and that's why we, in my belief anyway, that's why I burn incense, or I burn sage. Like, the church use incense. The church use bells. See, I got a bell here, right here. Because if you cannot use sage, incense, you can use a bell to change the energy. Okay? So when you use your bell, you don't go in a circle, you go back and forth, just back and forth, not in a circle. Okay? So that will change the energy in the room immediately. That's why churches have bells and incense. It's to clean and change the energy. I like to use white sage. It's not everybody who use white sage, but white sage is, let me show you. This is what I have, my shell. Okay, so white sage, where is it? Okay, I'll show you just a little piece like this. This is white sage. Okay, so when you burn this, when it cleanses the room of negativity. Not only that, but the scientists has discovered now that it kills 97% of all the germ in the air. So I'm saying, you know, at the price that is, it's worth it. That started like years and years and years ago with the native Indian, and they would, if they would go to battle and they come back and they were caught or that kind of thing, so they would put a big blanket with a big fire in the middle of white sage, and they will sit there under the blanket, and then their wound never would get infected. You see, even then they knew. We're just learning about this. We're just learning about this. So every day I burn white sage in my house, especially now with COVID and everything. I'm burning all the time white sage because I want to kill all the germs in the air as much as possible, you know, and it's not that expensive, so I'm sticking with that. Okay. Like I told you, everything has energy. In my life, I moved a lot because of my husband's work. And every time we were looking for a house, I would go into a house, visiting a house, and I would say, oh no, I can't move in here, can't move in here. Because you feel the energy. When you go somewhere, you feel the energy. Okay. Of course, you can clean it and that kind of thing, but I didn't. So no, I'm going someplace else. Dogs, animals feel the energy way more than we do, way more than we do. I remember a neighbor who was friends. We were living in England at that time. He was a friend with the manager of the local airport. So they used to come to my house, and you know, and my dog, I had a collie like Lassie in those days. Every time this guy came home, he wanted to hit him out. He was barking and growling, and he was such a good dog. He never did this with anybody else. And I couldn't figure out what was the matter with him, you know. Well, a few months later, that guy got arrested. I'm not quite sure what he's done, but he's done something. Anyway, got arrested, went to prison. And I'm saying, see, the dog knew that. They know. They you know, I trust a dog 100% because I didn't know that. I didn't feel this, you know, but my dog did. So they have a sense that we don't have, you know. A few things that we can do also for changing energy, especially people like, I don't know what everybody does over here, but when you work with people, as an example, if you work with people and your job is very demanding and you need to release some of the negative energy that, because we all have it, we all take it home, you know, you can take showers or bath in sea salt, because this is very good, very, very good for you. Either sea salt or Himalayan sea salt, you know, it's beautiful. I have a big bag and it smells so good. So because I take showers, so I have I sit in my shower and I have a bucket that I put my feet in and fill it up with salt and with warm water, and I sit there, because that will take all of the negativity also in you and take it out of your body. It's very good to do that. It's cleanse, basically, it cleanse, you know. So sea salt is very good for that. That's why it's so good to go to the ocean. My mother died at 97, no pain, no nothing. And she says, I'm well because I lived at the ocean for 25 years. So she was in Miami, and every day she would go to the beach. She didn't swim. She would just sit there, or, you know, put her feet in the water and go and sit, you know, on a chair with her feet in on the beach there. And then 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then she goes home. So we should all be able to do that. Of course we can, especially here because we don't have the ocean, but I live downtown Toronto. So the Cherry Beach is here. In the summer, I go to Cherry Beach because there's sand there and there's a few trees. So I go there, you know, so if I cannot go up north or something, because we all need this. We all need this. Okay. I was talking about forest bathing earlier. In Japan, if you can research that, in Japan they do this. There's a group here that do that also, and I think it's either in Hamilton or Burlington or something. I saw that where they take people in the forest. You know, I've not done that with them or anybody else. I do it for myself. You know, but it's very, very healthy. So try to do this if possible, okay? Because we need to rebuild our energy. It's very, very important. And there's nothing better than Mother Nature. Nothing better, okay? So, anybody has a question? Hello, 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 hello.
Hi, yes, this is wonderful. Just was looking up where to get white sage in Toronto.
White sage, you can get white sage in any health food store.
Health food, okay.
They should have that. They should have that. I have, well, I have a big bag.
Mhm.
I have a big bag.
You're gonna need it.
Because I use that all the time. And
Right.
I buy it at, I don't know where you are, and I don't even know if they're still there because after COVID, we don't know anymore.
Mhm.
But there was one on Queen and Batters, I think, and it's called Herbie's Herb. And I used to go and buy my vitamins there and my herbs and my sage there.
Mhm.
So I hope they're still there, you know.
Well, I can find them. They referred me to a few places in the downtown area. The other thing I was wondering about crystals. Do you use crystals at all?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I am not a crystal expert, just to let you know, but I do have crystal. I use crystal and I read crystal, but only because the way I do this, I have some here. See, the way I do this, I do with the color, okay? So when I use crystal as an example, let's say that someone either has a heart issue on the physical side or the emotional side. I broke up with my boyfriend or my girlfriend and I'm heartbroken and that. Okay. So I would say to them, okay, get yourself a nice green. This is green. I don't know if you can see, but it's also green here. Okay. All right. So, because it's the color of the chakra. So that is very good for the heart.
Okay.
Citrine, as we go, citrine. I don't know if I have a citrine here. Yeah. No, I know I have a citrine somewhere. Citrine is a little bit yellow, like a lemon, like citrus. Don't have one here. Okay, but just let you know, Citrine, okay? I
Mhm,
always have, Citrine has two things that we can work with.
mhm.
I always have one in my wallet because it's to bring money. So I
Ah,
always have one in my wallet. And also it works on the solar plexus. So the solar plexus is your energy center. Okay, it's your get up and go, it's your
mhm.
passion, it's everything. And it's also where you store anger and frustration and guilt and all of this. So a citrine is a very good one to have. Okay, a clear quartz, also clear quartz, just clear, just a clear quartz, just clear. Okay, whoops, it's hard to see, but anyway, a clear quartz is very good also to do healing. And if you don't have any stone, the clear quartz is good for everything, you know.
Okay.
So, but remember, when if you're going to use crystal, remember that crystals are alive like you and me because they grow. It means they take everybody's DNA. So everybody that touches this, it takes the DNA. Okay. So you have to cleanse your crystal. The way I do this is I take a little bag, I put my crystal in with the white sage, just a few pieces of white sage. Okay. There's many other ways to cleanse this, but this is the safest way. Because some people say put it in the sun, but if it's a citrine, as an example, the yellow is going to disappear, you know, or some people say put it in the freezer. Some of them will break. So if you put it in a bag with white sage for 3 days, it will be cleansed and there's no damage to nothing. Okay. You can like in my bag, there's always white sage. So every time I take it out, I put it back in there, there's white sage, so they always get cleansed anyway. Okay. If um, if you have anyone, because I don't know what you all do in life here, if you have anyone that you know or clients or that broke up with their girlfriend, their boyfriend, or whatever, and they have a broken heart, one thing that's very good for that is lavender. Lavender oil, or the best thing is a lavender, dry lavender or fresh
Mhm.
lavender if you have a garden in the summer and that kind of thing. You know, my daughter has a garden with a lot of lavender. So I steal some from her and I dry it because then you can use that even if it's dry to give to, and then they put that under their pillow. It's going to help them sleep, it's going to calm them down, and it's going to help with the broken heart. So this is what lavender does. Okay.
Mhm. Great.
Okay. So another thing also that thing we're talking about this money as an example. I don't know if any of you is interested in essential oil, but one thing that I always put on my money, my paper money, is cinnamon oil, cinnamon, just a little dab, because this is another, you see, all of this, it's not the crystal, it's not the cinnamon, it's you, it's always you. We have so much power that we have no clue. Okay. So every time you're going to take your money, you're going to see the crystal there. You're going to say, oh, my money is going to grow, or if you smell that it smells like cinnamon, you say, oh, my money is going to grow. Okay. Yes, rose quartz is for love. Definitely. Rose quartz is for love, but not just, let's talk about love. Somebody send that here to me. Yeah. Love doesn't just mean love of another person, but also self-love. Very, very important. Very important. Okay. Because you know, charity starts at home. So if you love yourself, the chances are everybody else will love you too. I know it's hard to love ourselves because we have not been raised and been taught and everything. You know, we have been raised to criticize everything we do somehow, you know. Maybe we were born, I think the majority of women were born like this, okay? So it's very, very important. I love rose quartz. I love, can you see my beautiful turquoise? Okay. And I have a client give me this. Look at this. Okay.
Oh, lovely.
Turquoise. Turquoise, this is another, it all related to energy, by the way. Okay. Turquoise, according to the EP Indian in the Southwest, it's a magical stone. Okay. It brings healing, it brings good luck. And, you know, I don't care if it's all in my head, if it's the placebo effect, I don't care. But if I don't wear my turquoise, like I have beautiful jewelry, gold jewelry that I don't wear. I wear this because I feel better when I wear this. It doesn't have to be the stone turquoise, it's the color that's important. It's the color. You know, it's like we're talking about the rose quartz for the love as an example. I would say to someone, let's say that I have a beautiful young lady that says, okay, I'm looking for romance here. You know, I need romance in my life. I would say, well, guess what? Why don't you wear a little bit of pink? Even if it's only a pink scarf, it doesn't matter. Okay? Because it represents love. It brings love. And in your mind, when you're going to go out, you're going to say, ah, this is for love. I'm going to find love. So we create it. We do it ourselves, you know, because we have the power to do this, but we forgot, you know. It's like when I work, as an example, if I work in public, I usually wear black. If you notice, the majority of the priests and the nuns wear black because it's very hard for the energy to go through. Okay, so it's a protection thing. Remember in the old days when you lost your husband and they said to you, you have to wear black for years? It's because you were vulnerable. And you, with the black, you were protected. Now, the same thing happens if you wear white. It's also a protective color. So a lot of the nuns in the summer, I'm not so sure about the priests, but the nuns in the summer used to wear white uniforms instead of their black one or their gray one. Or I went to school with the gray nuns, so, you know, in the summer they will wear white because it does the same thing. All of the doctors used to wear white, and the nurses, because it's the best color to remove pain. So they thought it because it looks clean. No, because it's calming, it's pure, it's gentle, and you know, it removes the pain somehow. So it's all related to energy because every color has a different energy. I love turquoise also. It's a healer, absolutely a healer stone, definitely a healer stone. Yeah, I love my turquoise. So, but white is also a very good healing color. Okay, so that's why the clear quartz is also very important because it's clear white, it's clear. Okay, so all of this can help us because we're all to try to help each other as much as possible, and everything that we can share it's very important. because we need to continue all of this. Eventually, eventually I am going to retire. Eventually, I won't be here. And I want, my aim is to teach as many people as possible to rely on their own strength, because we have so much to do that we can do. And just as an example, years ago, I had just a little problem with my eye. And it was just a little operation. It was not a big operation, but the doctor says, well, we have to do this at the hospital because an eye is very delicate, So I said, okay, but I said, give me 3 months. I need 3 months because I'm very busy. Not true, but So anyway, every night, I will pick different colors and I would rub my eye and visualize the color, and visualize the issue that I had disappearing. It took me a month and a half and it was all gone. So I called the doctor and I said, cancel my appointment. So I never went, and it's at least 25, 30 years ago. So it's a long time ago. Didn't come back. So there's a lot of things that we can do. And I see here, I don't know if we have men, I can't see everybody, but the majority is women.
Yeah, that is,
Thank God for women. Thank God for women. So, I don't know if you have children, grandchildren, but if one child fall and get hurt, what do? Come here, I'll kiss it better. Come here, I'll kiss it better. And we do this and then it's gone, So, but we lose this as we get older. It's probably because when if a mother do that to a child, the child really believes, yes, my mom can make it go away because it's mama. As we get older, we lose trust, we lose confidence, and we can't do it anymore, but we should be able to do it, Okay, so anybody has another question?
what about herbal teas?
Herbal teas. Well, I make my own. So I make my own tea, my own. I have nothing against herbal tea. On the contrary, I'm all for it. But I live in an apartment. So in the summer, I have a balcony and I grow sage and I grow mint, because I mix them all up, when I make my tea, and I take the fresh and rosemary. Rosemary is very good for memory. So I make a tea with rosemary, mint, and sage. Okay. Even rosemary, that you just smell it. If we could do that every day, it's very, very good for memory. Especially when you get older, you don't want to lose your memory, And so that's the way I drink my tea. I have another tea that I make that one of my doctor, I had an Ayurvedic doctor years ago, and she gave me that recipe, and I still make it today. So it's a little bit of, let me see if I can remember the recipe. I take, there's three things. It's going to come back to me. I didn't do it for such a long time now. I have the recipe somewhere anyway. And that recipe is good for digestion,
Mhm.
It's good for, because I have arthritis, so it's good for the circulation. So it's, let me see. I will have to go and find the recipe somewhere, but I have it. So it may, maybe it's gonna come back to my mind in a
Mhm.
minute.
That's right. You could
Okay.
send it to
So
us after.
if it isn't, well, too bad. I will let you know if you're interested, if it doesn't come back. Okay.
Okay.
There's a lot of things that we can do to heal ourselves. Lots of things, you know, like um, to get your energy going, as an example. Okay, let's say that my shoulder is hurting, like I said earlier. Okay,
Mhm.
this is what we do when I teach people how to do the energy healing. You know, if you do this, if you rub your hand becomes really hot, and
Mhm.
you can feel the energy. You do this, you know, and you can feel the energy building between your hands, you know.
Mhm.
When my daughter was younger, we used to play at this. Okay. I would say and I would throw her the ball of energy. She would catch it and send it back to me, because you can feel it. If you can try it at home when you have time, you know, do this a lot and then feel the energy between your hands, and it grows and grows, and you make a nice big ball of energy. So when you have your energy, you put it wherever it hurts, you know, if it's possible. You know, sometimes it's in the back, we can't reach there, but you can feel the warm or cold, depending how you are. We're all different, but and it doesn't take long to just calm down really the pain that we have, or if it's uncomfortable and that kind of thing. And it's all things that we can do that's free. Can you hear my dog?
Yes.
Yeah, she's at the door,
Uh-huh.
and she's crying because she
Aw.
wants to come. She can't live without mommy.
Well, bring her in and let us see her.
She's she's 4 months old,
Aw.
and she's 6.5 pounds of terror.
I believe it.
Yeah, hang on a sec. Hang on. Yeah, my husband's gonna bring her.
Okay.
Okay.
There she is.
Yes. Okay, Lola. Come here, my Lola. People want to see you. Look,
Hi, sweetheart.
look.
Oh,
Hello. Say hello. This is my Lola.
oh, what a
See?
love.
She's very
Oh.
cute.
She is so cute, and she is so cuddly,
Hmm.
and dogs are so healing, sweetheart. Do you all have animals?
I used to have cats, and I'm
Cats,
thinking
yeah.
about getting another.
Yeah, I love cats. I love dogs. I love everybody. Yeah. And they are so healing. They
Mhm.
are so healing, you know?
Yes,
Yeah. So yeah.
even science believes that.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. If depending, we go to school, I'm taking her to school
Hmm.
because I would like to train her to go and see people that are in old folks home or in hospital,
Yes.
you know?
Mhm. One of my neighbors has a dog like that, beautiful little dog.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So because they're so, yeah. I mean, I remember when I was at the hospital, because I was there for 7 weeks, and
Mhm.
somebody said to me, "We have a dog coming today. Do you want to see the dog?" I said, "Yeah, absolutely," because they're so loving, and it's just, it calms you right down, and it's good for your health. It brings your blood pressure down. So yeah, that's my girl. Except that this one is very spoiled and very demanding.
They all are, but they're
Yeah,
worth it.
well, this one is, she can't leave me alone 2 seconds. But hey, c'est la vie. So that's my fault. I train her like that. She's always with me. So Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so energy. I don't know if any of you do Reiki or understand about Reiki. Reiki is just it's at least 2,000 years old. It's come from Japan, and it's all energy healing. Like I said, they put their hands different places and that kind of thing, and there's different symbols. And now a lot of the Reiki people would do Reiki on their food. Okay? So I was raised as a Catholic. So I don't know if everybody does that, but anyway, a lot of the time they were saying a prayer before the meal to bless the food. Same thing. It's the same thing as the Reiki. It's because by doing this, you bring back the goodness in the food that you have. So a lot of the Reiki master will do the Reiki on their food before they eat. And to me, it's the same. I'm always amazed to see how everything is the same. Everything is the same. In the long run, everything, it doesn't matter if it's religion or my kind of belief, it's the same. We do Reiki or we do a prayer on the food. So it brings back all the goodness of the food in the food. So why not do it? It's all free things that we can do, Lola, mommy's going to put you down. Are you going to be okay? Are you going to be a good girl? She has a blanket in my office. There you go. There you go, Lola. Her name is Lola. There. Okay, so what else can we talk about energy?
I would like to make a comment about talking to your plants, because I think there was a study about how they, I don't know if it's true, how they had two plants. One plant they said kind words, another plant they said bad words, and the kind word plants were thriving. The ones where they said bad words, like, oh, you're withering, you're no good, it withered. So
absolutely.
Yeah. That's energy.
If somebody is talking about Dr. Emoto,
that's me too.
That's you too. Remember he did the research on water, where he had 3 bottles of water, okay, that he gave to different groups of people. The first group would say to the bottle of water, "You're beautiful, you're clear." The second one would say, "I love you, you're beautiful." The third one would say, "I hate you, I'm going to kill you." So the 2 first ones stayed absolutely pure, and the third bottle became all polluted. Now, the key to this is that our body is 78% water, and the brain is about 85% water, I'm told. Okay. So every time we have a negative thought about ourselves, we pollute everything. How many thoughts do we have in a day? Thousands, and the majority are negative. Now, a lot of people will take water and will put a crystal in. Like, you can put a clear quartz, you can put a rose quartz, you can put a green one if it's for health issues and that kind of thing, because every crystal, like I said earlier, is alive. It's alive. So it has a different energy. So this energy will be transferred to the water. Just make sure you clean the crystal before with water and soap or something, because if everybody touch that, and then put it in your bottled water, or just a clear quartz is fine too. Yeah. That what you wanted to know, Melina?
Yeah, I was just mentioning, but also with Dr. Moto, they actually studied the crystal formation, and they could
Yes.
see how the crystal formation was distorted with the unkind words. Like
Oh.
you can go online and watch it. It's very interesting.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Because it's alive like you and me.
Mm-hmm.
It grows, you know. So can you imagine if the crystal is deformed because we're not saying nice things to it? Can you imagine what we do to children?
Yeah.
When they grow up and we put them down all the time, you know?
Yep.
So because it's the same thing, you know. Yeah. We have so much to learn, so much to learn. And I've been doing this for years and years and years. And it seems to me that I know nothing. I know nothing, you know, because there's so much to learn, you know, because we're energy also. I just want to touch this a little bit because this is a big, big thing for a lot of people, that a lot of my clients and a lot of my friends, that kind of thing, is because I'm a medium also. They always ask, can you reach somebody who's dead? Of course, because we can't kill energy. So we never die. We never die. So when we lose someone and we think about that person, automatically they're right there next to us. Automatically. Because we're all connected. We're all one, you know, and we don't die. So if I, you know, I have to believe this. I have to believe this because being a medium, sometimes I will say things to people that there is no way I could know that. No way, because I don't know those people to start with, you know. And I'm saying, I'm always amazed personally. I'm saying, oh my God, I can't believe this, you know. And I'm always surprised. So but I should know better, but I'm always surprised. I'll just give you a quick example. That's many years ago. So I'll give you two examples. So I'm reading this woman, and I said, oh, and she said, can you reach my mom? I said, well, you know, we can't never say yes because I don't know. I'm not the boss, but I'll do my best. Okay. So I reached this woman and I said, well, she's talking to me about chocolate and I have no idea what that means. She says, let me tell you what it means. She says, my mom was sick. She was in a hospital. She had cancer and she could not eat. So they gave her Ensure, you know, the drink that you take. And they gave her Ensure in chocolate, and they forgot to check the date, and it poisoned her, and she died. But she was dying anyway because she had cancer, but because she was so weak, she couldn't fight this. Okay, so she died. So that's where the chocolate comes from. Oh my God. Another thing is, I was talking to a group of people. There were about, I don't know, 200 people there. And so I usually divide them in session, like 3 thing. And I said, okay, there's somebody in this area over here that lost a young man in an accident. So one woman says, yeah, it's me. I said, okay. So I said, let me see what he wants to tell you. And you know, I couldn't. I said, the only thing is telling me, don't worry, I'm going fishing. That's all I get. I have no idea. That's all I get. And she said to me, well, guess what? We buried him with his fishing rod. So how am I supposed to know this as an example, you know, with people that I don't know? So we have to have another life, and we have to be connected. Otherwise, I mean, I know I have imagination, but it's not that great. You know what I mean? So I'm always amazed to see how things come and how we're all one and how we're all connected and how powerful we all are if we ever if we pay attention, if we just pay attention, you know, because we're all born uh, with the need to connect to the source or God or whatever you want to call. Okay, so it means that we're all intuitive. So what's the difference between me connecting with the angels or the spirit guides or God or your grandmother? What's the difference? Since we're all born intuitive, we all have it. Some people, the way I describe this, it's like being a singer. If you practice every day, you may become a good singer. But if you practice once a year, you may not become a very good singer, you know. So it's the same thing. The more you practice at this, the better you become. And the best way is we need to meditate, but we have to remember that meditation and praying is the same thing. It does the same thing to our body and our mind. So, you know, I meditate or I pray, and I'm a believer in angels and everything. So when I work, even before I connected with you guys, I just summoned my angels and said, okay, you better come down here because this is important. You want me to do the work, you better be there, you know. And I talk to them like I talk to you guys, you know. And when I need them, I say, come down here because I need you. But I always say thank you because they're very fussy. They like to hear please and thank you. So I always say thank you and please, you know. But by now they all know me anyway. So the thing that I felt so sorry for when I had my center, I had a young lady come to see me. She must have been in her 30s. And she says, I want to know something. Okay. Why don't I have an angel? I said, we all have an angel. First of all, you have a guardian angel that was assigned to you and will always be there. She says, no, my mom says I'm bad. I have no angel. That really upset me because we all have angels. We all have spirits looking after us, you know. And this woman was in her 30s and she was devastated because she believed she didn't have an angel. But we all do. So just to let you know, we all do, and they're always there. Do you have a message for us? Do you have a message for us? Okay, let me think if I can pick up something. Okay, how many people do we have here? Because I
We
can't
have
yeah,
10.
10
We
or
have
so.
10. Yeah.
10. Okay. Okay, I can't see everybody, so I'm not going to okay. If ever what I'm going to say hit home to one of you, just let me know. Okay. So let me explain to you how I work and what I see. This is, and You know, the third eye is not necessarily in the middle of your forehead, by the way, because mine is over here. Okay. So when I work, I sort of always look this way, kind of thing. Okay. So, and to me, it's like a stage. I can see like the play on the stage. I can see this, you know, or being at the movie or something. Okay. So this is what I see. I see a young girl, maybe 4, 5 years old. Okay. Skating, but she has a beautiful little coat with a fur color, you know, with fur. And she's learning to skate, I think, because she's not very solid, you know. And of course, that must be the mother or older person that's with her. But she's not in a ring. She's like on a river or in the backyard or something. It's an homemade thing. It's not like in an arena or something like this. Does that ring a bell with any of you? Hello, hello, hello.
I did go skating. I don't know if I was that young.
Skating, ice
Yeah.
skating.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I've done that, but I don't think I was quite that young. I don't remember back then.
You don't
Maybe
remember?
it's a message for all of us.
Yeah.
Learning.
For sure, learning. Yeah. Okay. So this person here. Anyway, like I said, I'm not the boss. What they send me, I'm telling you, because otherwise, if I don't, they're gonna say, "Oh, the hell with her! I'm not giving her anything anymore." So this person, this young child, this young person that who had a beautiful little coat with fur here. Anyway, it's nothing important. It's just, I think, a very good memory that this person should keep. Right? This is what I feel. It should remember this. Okay. So remember that. And for all of you, so this is a message from Archangel Michael. I work with Archangel Michael a lot, and I really like him, and he's always around. And basically what I got is, if you need my support, you just have to ask. And I will be there. Then Archangel Gabriel also is there. And I have no idea what that means. I'm just telling you, no idea what that means. But I got, pay attention, because there's great news coming. I don't know which news. I have no idea. There's great news coming. And because it's Archangel Gabriel, who's meaning is the one that communicates. So I would assume this big news we're going to hear either on the radio, on the news, on, you know, it's going to be because he is the communicator. So it's not going to come from me or any of you. It's going to be a big thing. Great news coming. So I don't know what it is. I have no idea. So that's what I got.
Okay,
Okay.
great. So does anyone else have any other questions?
Anyone else have any question?
Thank you so much
Yes.
for your,
Okay. So before you go,
Mhm.
all of you, before you go, I'm going to take a card for us, for all of us.
Hey,
Just for
neat.
fun. Just for fun. Okay, let me, I have a lot of cards. So, hey, there you go. I'll take some of these because I love those. Because they're animal cards. And I love animals. So, okay, let's see what we have here. Ah, this is wonderful. Can you see?
Yes.
Can you see this? It's beautiful. Okay, so this is the white stag. Okay, so remember I said white, it says protector. Remember the color white?
Yes.
Okay, it's for protection. So this is the protector. Okay, he wants us to know, first of all, I know that because if you're here, you're all an old soul. Okay, you wouldn't be here listening to me if you weren't. So you are, and I don't know how to say that, but it basically tells us everything or mostly everything we've been talking about. Okay, you are an old soul. Your best friend is nature. Go to nature. Okay, use your intuition. It tells us everything that we've been talking today. Okay, it says you are meant to create blessing with your magic. There you go. There you go. So
great message.
how do they work that? I have no idea, but it's mostly always the same thing. You take a card and it reflects what we were talking about today.
Mhm.
It's magic.
Reinforcing what you said to
Yeah.
remind us. Yeah.
That's right. So we must not forget that. Okay. That,
Yeah.
we are all souls anyway, otherwise we wouldn't be here. Us I'm talking about. Us I'm talking about. Okay.
We are aware.
Yeah, we are aware, and you know, I say that to many people. One morning you're going to wake up and you're going to say, good God, there's more to life than this. I need to know things. And then that's when you start searching and you embark in that beautiful new way of life where you want to know about things, you want to know about spirituality and healing and ghost and whatever, and you're looking and you're looking and you're searching. So because we know there's more to life than just this, so yeah, it's good, it's fantastic.
Mhm.
Any questions?
I just want to make a quick.
Don't be shy while I'm here.
I'll just make a quick comment. I have a young granddaughter who skates, so I will keep your message. I will remember that message. She's young. Yeah. So who knows? Yeah.
Yeah, because it's obviously if it rings a bell with you, it's very important for her. Very important that she skates. Okay.
Yeah, movement.
Movement, taking some fresh air, doing some exercise, doing something that she loves, and that kind of, it's very important. It's important for her. Yeah.
Good.
Thank
you so much.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Yeah.
So thank you. Thank you everyone for coming, and thank you very much for this.
Thank you so much. It was my pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Stay well. Stay safe.
Thank you, everyone.
Yes. Thank you for coming, and
thank you so much.
Next week we have the Enoch Turner Schoolhouse, and we'll learn its part in Toronto's growth and what part it plays now. So I hope you can make that. And
okay.
Joyce, again, thank you for this. This was wonderful.
My
And thank you
pleasure.
everyone for coming.
Thank you.
So much.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank
Stay
you, Joyce.
safe.
Thank you, everyone.
Have a
Stay
good
safe.
weekend. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Love you both.
Bye.